There's a humble plant. Padre Pio used to banish evil from any environment. A simple rue placed in the right spot can completely transform the energy of your home and protect your family from negative influences you can't even imagine are there. Padre Pio of Pietrelcina discovered this secret during his years of intense spiritual battle in the monastery. He knew certain plants possessed sacred properties, capable of repelling demons and heavy energy. Rue was one of his favorites, especially when placed strategically in the home. The Holy Confessor always said that evil cannot tolerate the presence of elements blessed by divine nature. Rue, with its strong and characteristic aroma, acts as an invisible spiritual barrier, preventing the entry of malevolent influences into your home. I'm going to tell you exactly how Padre Pio guided people to use rue for maximum protection. This simple ritual can be performed by anyone, regardless of their level of faith, and the results are immediate. First, you need to get a fresh sprig of rue. You can buy it at markets, farmers markets, or even grow it at home. Padre Pio always recommended obtaining the plant honestly, with the pure intention of family protection. The ideal time to place the rue is in the morning, preferably after your first prayer of the day. Padre Pio taught that the morning energy, combined with prayer, potentiates the plant's protective effects. Choose the corner of your home's main room, the one most visible when someone enters. This is a strategic point because it's where all outside energy passes first. The rue will act as a spiritual filter, automatically blocking any negative influence. Hold the sprig of rue in your hands and say a simple prayer asking for Padre Pio's intercession. Something like, Saint Padre Pio, protect this home and all who dwell within. May this rue be a shield against all evil that seeks to enter here. Place the sprig in the chosen corner, preferably in a place where it won't be disturbed. It could be behind a piece of furniture, on a shelf, or even discreetly fastened to the wall. The important thing is that it remains in the corner of the room. Padre Pio taught that the rue should be changed every 7 days to maintain its maximum effectiveness. The plant absorbs the negative energies of the environment and needs to be renewed regularly. The old rue should be discarded in running water or buried in a clean place. The signs that the rue is working are subtle but noticeable. You may notice a greater sense of lightness in your home, fewer family arguments, more restful sleep, and an unexplainable peace that pervades the environment. Many people report that ill-intentioned visitors start to feel uncomfortable in the home protected by the rue. They invent excuses to leave early or simply stop showing up for no apparent reason. Padre Pio always warned that along with the rue, it's essential to keep the home in spiritual order. This means daily prayer, avoiding unnecessary arguments, and maintaining positive thoughts. The rue amplifies the energy that already exists in the home. If you have young children, the rue offers special protection against nightmares and night terrors. Padre Pio said that little ones are more sensitive to spiritual presences, and the rue creates an invisible barrier that reassures them. For more serious cases of spiritual oppression, Padre Pio recommended placing rue in all corners of the house, not just the living room, kitchen, bedrooms, bathrooms. Each room receives its specific protection with a small sprig of the sacred plant. Rue can also be used at the entrance of businesses and workplaces. Padre Pio advised business owners to keep the plant discreetly near the main door to attract good customers and ward off problematic people. There's a specific time when the rue manifests greater protective power. Padre Pio discovered that between 2 and 3 in the morning, when the veil between the spiritual and physical worlds is thinnest, the plant works with maximum intensity. During this nighttime period, You may notice that the house becomes extremely quiet and peaceful. It's the Rue performing its protective function, creating a bubble of spiritual safety around your family. Some people report vivid dreams of Padre Pio after placing Rue in their home. The saint appears in reassuring dreams, confirming that the protection is active and that the family is under his special care. The Rue does not interfere with other religious practices or sacred objects in the home. On the contrary, it potentiates the energy of crucifixes, images of saints, and holy water. Everything works in harmony to create a sacred environment. Padre Pio taught that faith is fundamental for the Rue to work fully. It's not superstition, but a spiritual practice based on the belief that God uses elements of nature to protect and bless us. If you live in an apartment, the Rue works the same way. Place it in the corner of the main room, and it will create specific protection for your home. The saint explained that the protection adapts to the size and type of dwelling. Be careful not to confuse Rue with other similar plants. True Rue has small, bluish leaves and a very characteristic aroma. Padre Pio always emphasized the importance of using the correct plant to obtain the desired results. When the Rue withers quickly, it may be a sign that it has absorbed a lot of negative energy from the environment. This is positive. It means it's fulfilling its protective function. Replace it immediately with a fresh sprig and continue the ritual. Padre Pio also advised on the importance of thanking for the protection received. Say a prayer of gratitude every time you change the Rue, acknowledging the saint's intercession and God's protection over your family. To further enhance the effects, you can sprinkle holy water on the Rue once a week. Padre Pio taught that the combination of sacred elements multiplies the power of spiritual protection. Many families who follow this ritual of Padre Pio report profound changes in their lives. Relationships improve, financial problems are resolved, and an inexplicable peace takes over the home. The Rue is only the beginning of the transformation. If you feel that your home is heavy, with a lot of arguments or bad energy, Rue may be the solution you've been looking for. Padre Pio knew that small spiritual actions can generate great transformations in family life. The secret lies in consistency. Always keep a fresh sprig of Rue in the corner of the room. Renew it weekly, and observe the positive changes that will begin to happen in your home and in your life. Padre Pio lived a life dedicated to combating evil forces, and he developed practical and effective methods for protecting families. Rue is one of those gifts he left for all of us. Try it for a whole month, and you'll see for yourself the protective power of this humble plant. Your home will become a sanctuary of peace, protected by the intercession of the great Capuchin saint. If you have doubts or spiritual fears, Padre Pio's Rue can be the first step to restoring tranquility to your home. Start today and feel the difference a simple sprig can make in your life. Type yes if you're going to try Padre Pio's Rue in your home. Share this knowledge with those you love, because spiritual protection is something everyone deserves. Save this content, because you'll want to consult the exact instructions whenever you renew your protective Rue, and tag that person who urgently needs this protection in their life. Padre Pio's wisdom continues to transform lives even decades after his passing. May the sacred Rue bring to your home the same peace and protection the saint experienced throughout his earthly life. Let me tell you an extraordinary story that proves the power of Padre Pio's Rue. In 1958, an Italian family was tormented by strange phenomena in their home. Objects moved on their own, doors slammed in the dead of night, and the children had terrible nightmares every night. The mother, desperate, managed to get an audience with Padre Pio at the monastery of San Giovanni Rotondo. The saint listened attentively to her account and immediately recommended that she place Rue in every corner of the house, especially in the children's room. Padre Pio explained to her that Rue possesses a unique spiritual vibration, capable of completely destabilizing the presence of malevolent entities. He said that demons cannot remain in environments where the plant is present for more than a few minutes. The woman followed the saint's instructions exactly. She placed fresh rue in each corner of the house the following morning, accompanied by fervent prayers asking for Padre Pio's intercession. The results were immediate and surprising. On the first night with the rue, the children slept peacefully for the first time in months. There were no strange noises, objects didn't move, and a deep peace enveloped the entire residence. The family finally got to rest. In the following days, neighbors commented that the house seemed different, brighter and more welcoming. People who previously avoided visiting the family began to feel welcome and comfortable in the environment protected by the sacred rue. Padre Pio always explained that rue acts like a spiritual antenna, picking up negative energies and transforming them into light. That's why the plant sometimes wilts quickly. It's literally absorbing and neutralizing malevolent forces present in the environment. The saint taught that there are specific times when rue manifests greater power. In addition to the period between 2 and 3 in the morning, he identified that at 6 in the morning, noon, and 6 in the afternoon, the plant works with special intensity. During these sacred hours, you can say a special prayer holding a sprig of fresh rue. Padre Pio recommended saying, "Glorious Saint Padre Pio, may this rue be an instrument of your protection. Drive all evil from this house and bless all who dwell here." Rue also has mystical properties related to dreams and spiritual visions. Padre Pio guided people with psychic gifts to keep the plant nearby during sleep to receive only divine messages, blocking negative influences. Many devotees report that after they started using rue following Padre Pio's teachings, they began to have more vivid dreams with saints, angels, and deceased loved ones, bringing messages of peace and spiritual guidance. The saint explained that rue creates a sacred energy field around the person and the environment. This field acts as a spiritual filter, allowing only the passage of high energies and automatically blocking anything inferior or malevolent. For homes where there are frequent arguments or heavy energy among the residents, Padre Pio recommended a special ritual with rue for 9 consecutive days. The family should gather around the plant in the living room for a common prayer, asking for peace and harmony. The rue used in this 9-day ritual absorbs all the negative energies accumulated among the family members. On the 10th day, the plant should be buried in a sacred place, such as a cemetery or church, and replaced with a fresh sprig. Padre Pio also discovered that rue significantly enhances the effect of other Catholic spiritual practices. Rosaries prayed in the presence of the plant have increased power, as do novenas, tertiaries, and special prayers to the saints. During his famous spiritual bilocations, Padre Pio frequently appeared in homes where rue had been placed according to his instructions. Several people reported having seen the saint blessing the plant and the residents during mystical apparitions. The characteristic aroma of rue also has a deep spiritual meaning. Padre Pio taught that when the smell of the plant intensifies without apparent reason, it is a sign that it is actively working to protect the environment against some spiritual threat. There are documented cases of people who felt the scent of roses, Padre Pio's mystical aroma, mixed with the smell of rue in their homes. This indicates the direct presence of the saint blessing and protecting that home through the sacred plant. For businesses and workplaces, Padre Pio developed specific guidelines on the use of rue. He recommended that entrepreneurs place the plant at the main entrance, but discreetly so as not to generate comments or superstitions among customers. Rue, in the commercial environment, attracts honest customers and keeps away ill-intentioned people. Many devout merchants of Padre Pio report an increase in sales and a significant decrease in problems with difficult customers after adopting this practice. The saint always emphasized the importance of combining rue with other elements of Catholic protection: holy water sprinkled on the plant weekly, a crucifix nearby, and an image of Padre Pio enormously enhance the protective effects. During the winter months, when it is more difficult to find fresh rue, Padre Pio advised the use of dried leaves of the plant. Although less potent than the fresh version, dried rue retains significant protective properties for up to 6 months. Dried rue leaves should be kept in blessed white cloth bags and renewed with each change of season. Padre Pio taught that this practice keeps the home protected throughout the year, regardless of the availability of fresh rue. For people who travel frequently, the saint recommended carrying a few blessed dried rue leaves in their wallet or luggage. This portable protection creates a spiritual shield around the person, wherever they go: hotels, airplanes, the homes of relatives. Any environment can be energetically cleansed and protected through the presence of personal rue. Many devotees report more peaceful travels and positive experiences after adopting this practice guided by Padre Pio. Rue also possesses special properties related to the protection of children and teenagers. Padre Pio guided parents concerned about bad influences on their children to discreetly place the plant in the young people's room. The protection works against both negative spiritual influences and bad company and temptations of the material world. Many parents report positive changes in their children's behavior after introducing the sacred rue into the family environment. For expectant mothers, Padre Pio recommended special care with the rue. The plant should be kept in the living room or kitchen, never in the future mother's bedroom, as it may interfere with the pregnancy. The protection works perfectly from a distance, ensuring a blessed home for the baby to arrive. The saint also guided on the importance of always renewing the rue with gratitude and faith. Each replacement of the plant should be accompanied by a prayer of thanksgiving for the protection received and a renewed request for divine intercession. When the rue withers very quickly, in a few days, it may be an indication that the environment was overloaded with negative energy. In these cases, Padre Pio recommended intensifying family prayers and considering a formal blessing of the home by a priest. The plant that has absorbed a lot of negativity should never be reused or kept at home. It should be discarded in running water with a prayer of gratitude, allowing nature to purify and transform the absorbed energies. Padre Pio always warned that rue is a spiritual aid, not a magic amulet. True protection comes from faith in God, an active sacramental life, and the constant practice of prayer. The plant only amplifies and channels this divine protection. For families facing serious problems such as illness, unemployment, or serious conflicts, the saint recommended combining the rue with specific novenas. The plant should remain present throughout the novena, absorbing the intentions and prayers offered. Many extraordinary graces have been achieved by families who faithfully followed Padre Pio's guidance on the use of rue. Unexplainable cures, family reconciliations, jobs obtained, all through the saint's intercession channeled through the sacred plant. The tradition of Padre Pio's rue continues to live on in many Catholic families around the world. Parents teach their children, who grow up and pass it on to their grandchildren, keeping the flame of spiritual protection burning through generations. If your family is not yet familiar with this powerful practice, today is the ideal day to begin. Get a fresh sprig of rue, choose a corner of the main room, and begin your journey of spiritual protection under the intercession of Saint Padre Pio of Pietrelcina. Always remember, the Rue is only the instrument, but the true protective force comes from faith, constant prayer, and trust in the intercession of this extraordinary saint who continues to care for his spiritual families throughout the world. During his 50 years carrying the stigmata of Christ, Padre Pio developed a deep understanding of the spiritual battles that families face in the modern world. He knew that homes need constant protection against influences that are not always visible to the human eye. The saint identified that certain plants, especially rue, act as bridges between the physical and spiritual worlds. They capture negative vibrations that circulate in the environment and transform them into neutral energy, creating a field of natural protection around those who use them correctly. This discovery did not happen by chance. During his long hours of prayer and contemplation, Padre Pio received direct revelations about practical methods of spiritual protection. Rue was one of these revelations. Confirmed through countless success stories throughout his life, the process of how Rue acts spiritually is fascinating. According to Padre Pio, the plant possesses a specific vibratory frequency that resonates with high energies and automatically repels everything that is in low frequency, including malignant presences and negative thoughts. That is why it is common for people with bad intentions to feel uncomfortable in environments protected by Rue. They cannot identify exactly what bothers them, but they feel an invisible pressure that motivates them to leave the place as quickly as possible. Padre Pio always emphasized that Rue should be treated with respect and reverence, never as a common decorative object. Before placing the plant in the environment, it is important to say a prayer asking that it be an instrument of divine will for family protection. The saint developed a specific prayer to spiritually activate the Rue. This prayer should be said when placing the plant in the house for the first time. Lord Jesus Christ, by the power of the cross and through the intercession of Saint Padre Pio, bless this Rue so that it may be a shield against all evil. May its presence bring peace, protection, and divine blessings to this home and all who dwell here. Amen. This prayer awakens the mystical properties of the plant and establishes a direct spiritual connection between the Rue, the family, and the intercession of Padre Pio. Many people report feeling a different energy in the house immediately after uttering these words. The saint also guided on specific signs that indicate when the Rue is working fully. In addition to the feeling of peace and lightness in the environment, you may notice that the houseplants begin to grow healthier, the pets become calmer, and even the family's sleep improves significantly. Children are particularly sensitive to the effects of blessed Rue. Padre Pio observed that children who live in homes protected by the plant develop greater resistance to illness, have fewer tantrums, and demonstrate more obedient and loving behavior towards their parents. To further enhance the effects of the Rue, Padre Pio recommended combining its use with other Catholic devotional practices, the daily rosary, the prayer to the guardian angel, and the consecration of the family to the Sacred Heart of Jesus create a spiritual environment that multiplies the protective power of the plant. The saint observed that families who maintain regular spiritual discipline experience far superior results with Rue. This is because the plant amplifies the spiritual energy already present in the home. The more fervent the family's prayer life, the more powerful the Rue's protection becomes. During periods of greater spiritual difficulty, such as Lent or times of personal trial, Padre Pio advised increasing the amount of Rue in the home. Instead of one branch in the corner of the main room, he recommended placing small sprigs in each room, creating a complete network of protection. This intensified protection is especially important when the family faces direct spiritual attacks, such as constant nightmares, inexplicable arguments, sudden illnesses, or financial problems that appear without apparent reason. Rue helps block these negative interferences. The saint always warned that demons and evil spirits are extremely intelligent and persistent. They study the habits of families and look for gaps in spiritual protection. Rue constantly renews the main defenses a home can have against these attacks. Padre Pio documented numerous cases where families reported shadowy apparitions, strange noises, and oppressive presences that disappeared completely after the introduction of Rue into the home environment. The plant literally expels these entities, forcing them to seek other unprotected locations. For people who work in spiritually heavy environments, such as hospitals, cemeteries, prisons, or places where tragedies have occurred, the saint recommended carrying a few blessed dried rue leaves in their pocket. This personal protection prevents negative energies from being absorbed and brought home. Rue also offers special protection against curses, the evil eye, and witchcraft directed against the family. Padre Pio explained that these evil practices completely lose their power when they encounter the spiritual barrier created by the sacred plant. Many impressive cases were documented where people who were victims of evil workings found immediate relief after placing Rue in their homes following Padre Pio's guidance. The curses simply dissipate in the presence of the blessed plant. The saint always emphasized that the true power of Rue lies not in the plant itself, but in the faith of the person who uses it, and in the divine intercession it channels. Therefore, it is fundamental to maintain a pure heart and correct intentions when using this sacred protection. For families facing addiction, depression, or serious psychological problems, Rue offers valuable spiritual support. It does not replace appropriate medical treatment, but it creates an energetically clean environment that facilitates emotional and psychic healing. Padre Pio observed that people with depressive tendencies feel more cheerful and hopeful in environments protected by Rue. The plant helps to dissipate the dark spiritual clouds that frequently accompany mental health problems. The saint also advised on special care with Rue during periods of family mourning. When someone dies, the home becomes temporarily more spiritually vulnerable. Increasing the amount of Rue during this period offers extra protection when it is most needed. During wakes and periods of mourning, Padre Pio recommended that close relatives carry small sprigs of blessed Rue. This protects them against opportunistic spirits that sometimes try to take advantage of the emotional vulnerability of those in suffering. Rue also has special properties related to prophetic dreams and spiritual visions. People with mystical gifts who keep the plant nearby during sleep report receiving clearer divine guidance and protection against spiritual deceptions during altered states of consciousness. Padre Pio explained that there are different qualities of Rue, and not all possess the same spiritual potency. Rue grown in blessed soil, watered with holy water, and cared for by people of faith, develops properties far superior to common commercial plants. Therefore, the saint always encouraged families to grow their own Rue whenever possible. A small home garden with spiritual plants, Rue, rosemary, purple basil, creates a constant source of natural protection growing in the home itself. The personal cultivation of Rue also allows the family to actively participate in their spiritual protection. Each watering, each care of the plant becomes an act of faith and devotion that strengthens the bonds between the family and the divine protection channeled through the Rue. For small apartments where it is not possible to have a garden, Padre Pio advised growing it in small pots on the balcony or near sunny windows. The important thing is that the plant receives natural light and loving care from the residents of the house. During storms, periods of high wind, or intense natural phenomena, Rue works with double the power. Padre Pio explained that these moments of heightened natural energy significantly amplify the protective properties of all spiritual plants. It is common that during storms, people notice that the aroma of Rue intensifies in the house, creating a feeling of safety and protection even when the natural elements are agitated outside. The plant acts as a spiritual anchor, maintaining the inner peace of the home. The saint also discovered that Rue has a special connection with guardian angels. Many families report a greater angelic presence in homes where the plant is kept with faith and devotion. Angels are attracted to the pure energy that Rue radiates when properly consecrated. This angelic presence manifests in various ways: protection during travel, sudden inspirations to solve problems, extraordinary coincidences that favor the family, and a constant feeling of being under special divine care. Padre Pio always encouraged people to develop a personal relationship with their guardian angels through the mediation of Rue. A daily prayer to the guardian angel in the presence of the plant creates a very powerful spiritual communication channel. In conclusion, remember that Padre Pio's Rue is not just an old tradition, but a living and active spiritual tool that continues to transform homes around the world. Your family could be the next to experience this extraordinary protection. Start today. Get your Rue, place it in the corner of the room with faith and prayer, and prepare to witness the transformation that St. Padre Pio still works through this humble but powerful plant. The protection you've always wanted for your family is within your reach. Comment Sacred Rue if you're going to start this practice today, and share this knowledge with those who desperately need this protection, because Padre Pio's teachings were meant to be shared and multiplied among Catholic families worldwide. It's a legacy of faith, a beacon of hope, passed down through generations. Think of the countless homes, blessed by the simple act of remembering his wisdom. Imagine the peace, the serenity, the unwavering protection, spreading like ripples in a calm pond, touching countless lives. Don't keep this powerful knowledge to yourself. Let the light of Padre Pio's teachings illuminate the lives of others, guiding them towards a safer, more peaceful existence. Share this gift, this powerful inheritance, with those who need it most. Help create a world where families are shielded from negativity, where homes are havens of peace and tranquility. All thanks to the enduring wisdom of Padre Pio. His guidance is not just a tradition, it's a lifeline, a pathway to spiritual strength and family harmony. Let us be the conduits, the vessels, through which this invaluable protection flows, reaching into the hearts and homes of those who need it. Embrace this responsibility, this privilege, to spread the profound teachings of a saint who dedicated his life to helping others. Remember, sharing is not merely an act of kindness, it's an act of faith, a powerful testament to the enduring power of prayer, the strength of community, and the unwavering love of God. Let's honor Padre Pio's legacy. By sharing his invaluable wisdom and fostering a world blessed by his divine protection, spread the word, share the blessings, share the protection.